You're in a meeting, you made a suggestion, and then silence follows. It's only been 2 seconds, but the air freezes as if it were the Ice Age. You feel the desperate physical urge to fill the gap. So you start saying things like, does this make any sense? Or things like, we can also do it this way. You think you're being polite, but actually, that's just your survival mechanism trying to find safety in noise. The moment you rush to fill the silence, instead of saving your position in the meeting or in your company, you demolish it. So the big question is, how can you turn the silence to work in your favor? In the last episode, we talked about how Sarah's over-apologies affected her relationship. Today, we're looking at Mark, her boss, the specific way he impacts her workspace. Mark is the master of intentional silence. In a one-on-one, he asked Sarah a difficult question about her project. Before he added a single detail, he just sat there. No small talk, no explanation, just silence. Most of us react exactly like Sarah did. We panic. We ramble about things we didn't even mean to say just to relieve the pressure. But while Sarah was relieving the discomfort in the room, she was also signaling to Mark that she belonged in an inferior position. She was letting the silence define her value. To understand how to make silence work in our favor, we have to look at why Mark's silence felt so heavy. He was using a specific framework that made him look grounded and in control, which are a combination of subtle but powerful signals. The first signal was his pace and his tone. Instead of fidgeting like a little squirrel when he was trying to address his question, he steadied his tone. He was fully aware that his tone was a massive part of his influence. And the next signal was the visual signals that Mark was sending. He maintained eye contact in a way to signal the importance of the question, effectively increasing the intensity in the room. And the last signal was holding the ground. This is the most crucial part. He didn't just pause, he let the silence sink in. He wasn't waiting for an answer. He was waiting for Sarah's reaction to the tension. Now, let's take a look at Sarah. Sarah's problem wasn't just shyness. She had a deep-rooted fear that she didn't have the right to take up space or time. This is one of the reasons why she started every sentence with sorry. Things like, sorry, can I make a suggestion? Or, sorry, can I talk to you for a second? The truth is, most advice I received in the past, probably you too, tells us to fake it till we make it. But it's nearly impossible to sit comfortably in silence without a framework of what to expect. This is where we look at her interaction patterns, the subconscious signals she sends out to show the world who she is. If you want a deep dive on that concept, check out this video right here. Or here. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's gonna be up there. So to break the loop with Mark, Sarah also used a 3-step framework to elevate her status. This framework not only gained her confidence in her workplace, but also got her a promotion. I call this framework the flip. Sarah's first step was raising her awareness. Sarah started keeping notes of the highlights of these conversations. You see, our brains wire around the signals we train them to look for. The more she practiced observing the tension, the less it controlled her. And the next step is called the flip, just like the framework. After figuring Mark's go-to response, Sarah broke the loop. She used silence to match the tension in the room. By not rushing to fix the silence, she forced it to work for her. She held the silence and maintained eye contact with Mark. After that, she took her time to deliver her point. Her interaction patterns signaled that she wasn't reactive, she was reflective. If we look into Sarah's behavior a little deeper, the shift here is massive. Sarah stopped waiting for Mark's permission to speak. She started trusting that her thoughts were worth the weight of the pause. Now, even if the second step, the flip, worked, it is crucial that we treat each victory as a single data point. So the last step isn't fancy, but it's simple. We collect data points. So to prevent the crying wolf effect, which is the exhaustion of others' expectations regarding your failed resolutions, we need to accumulate enough data points to prove that this is our new interaction pattern. And this is exactly what Sarah did. She proved that these interaction patterns are her new reality. Most of us lose influence, impact, or authority not because we have bad ideas, but because we rush to relieve the pressure in the room. Sarah represented herself differently by practicing this framework. She learned how to hold her ground and own her space. In the next episode, we're going a little bit further. We're going to talk about what to do when people interrupt you or talk over you. Anyway, I'll see you there. Bye!